projection room is already quiet. A pale square rests on the screen below. Dust hangs in the beam behind the glass. Nothing more begins. The seats stay empty now. The last sound has faded from the hall. Only the soft booth light remains. Near the door, 2 metal film cans rest beside a narrow locker and a folded usher jacket. Their labels face outward in neat strips. No hand lifts them. A ring of keys hangs from one hook above the light switch. Each tag lies flat against the wall. No hand reaches there tonight. Along the first shelf, rows of old reels stand in worn silver tins from floor height to the highest board. Black marker titles circle each lid. No title is read. Beside them, a stack of cue sheets leans under a cracked paperweight shaped like a star. The top page shows tiny circles in pencil. No corner lifts there. At the center table, a projection log lies open under a brass weight beside a capped fountain pen. Times, film names, and maintenance notes fill the page in narrow, dark lines. No new entry appears. A pair of white gloves rests near the margin, with one finger turned inward. The cloth stays still in the lamp glow. No one pulls them on. Beyond the table, a short aisle runs between stacked speaker parts and a wall of pegged tools. Splicing scissors hang in patient rows above the boxes. No hook swings there. A crate marked lenses sits below another marked trailers. The lids stay shut. Nothing is taken down. From somewhere below, a loose seat folds up once with a soft, distant knock and then goes still. Not loud, not near. The small lamp keeps its pale circle on the table. The room takes back its quiet. The ceiling fan does not move. At the west window, a slit of glass looks over the alley behind the old cinema and the dark line of the service road. One street lamp glows near the back steps. Its amber point holds there. Farther out, the town block rests in black brick, shuttered shop fronts, and empty side streets. No headlight turns the corner. No late door opens. Along the inner wall, framed diagrams show reel paths, sound routing, and lamp housing parts in blue and faded red. No finger follows them. No corner curls free. A switch panel hangs below the diagrams with small black toggles in careful rows. 2 toggles stand down. No hand moves them tonight. At the stair rail, green paint has worn away where older hands once gripped on crowded Saturdays and long winter evenings. Bare metal shows through in a thin shine. No palm closes there now. Below the rail, 5 steps lead toward the balcony landing and the rear booth door. Cool air rises from the dark in slow breaths. No boot goes down. Near the service shelf, spare bulbs lie in divided tins beside a torch and a folded inspection card. Boxes fill the card from top to bottom in dark ticks. No fresh mark joins them. A short enamel mug waits at the corner beside a folded cloth. One pale ring shows at the bottom. No steam rises there. Outside the north pane, the cinema marquee pushes above the street in a line of dead bulbs and two surviving white letters. The ticket booth sits dark below it. No face appears there. Higher up, the stars hold over the roofline without a cloud crossing them. The town stays closed beneath that sky. Nothing changes there. Near the back bench, stacked posters wait beside sealed cleaner tins and a narrow wooden case. Their rolled edges show dull half circles under the light. Nothing is taken down. A dented kettle sits by the side wall beside two mugs. One cup shows a line of dried coffee near the base. No steam rises there. At the ceiling seam, long beams cross above the room in pale bars over the reels and quiet shelves. Nothing flickers there. No chain drops down. One screw head near the vent cover catches a brief glint. Then the light settles again. The projection room stays as it is. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. The projection room keeps its late arrangement above the old cinema, small and watchful, while the screen below holds its pale square and the dark auditorium rests beneath it. Near the rear exit, a raincoat hangs from a hook above a brown rubber mat. The sleeves keep their bent shape. No drop falls there now. At the lower pane, dried dust marks show where older wind once pushed grit against the glass during storm season. The pale trace stands against the alley beyond. No cloth wipes it away tonight. Near the rewind bench, a strip of leader film lies curled beside a china cup of clips and a dull silver razor. The strip keeps one clear loop. No hand straightens it. A small speaker cone rests on a folded towel near the wall, with its black center facing up. Dust has gathered at the rim. Nothing touches it tonight. At the far reel rack, one tin stands open by the width of a thumb above a faded chalk mark on the shelf. Dark film shows in the narrow gap. No lid closes there. No chalk note remains. Beyond the booth door and down the short stair, the lower supply room keeps its dim square of light behind the theater walls, while the dark auditorium rests above it. No new sound rises there. No shadow crosses the floor. At the first landing, cooler air gathers near the frame. The concrete shows faint boot marks. No step goes there tonight. Below the projection room, the supply room waits between painted shelves lined with boxed bulbs, wrapped glass, folded curtains, and spare speaker cloth. A narrow lamp glows above the first rack. Its light falls in a pale strip. Nothing passes through it. Near the wall, sealed grease tins rest beside spare manuals and a folded county map. Blue street lines cross the open page. No hand folds it shut. A rack of long poles stands beside two storage chests and a narrow bin of reel cores. Their metal ends hold a dull shine. No grip closes there. A wooden tray below the rack holds spare lenses in divided slots. Clear glass, amber glass, red glass. No light wakes inside them. Through the small back pane, the alley shows a fence line, two trash bins and the dark shoulder of the service road below. Chrome catches once on a parked car, then goes dull again. A yard lamp shines on the gravel beyond the wall. Its reflection stretches across a shallow puddle, then breaks apart. At the work table, spare fasteners lie beside a screwdriver, a roll of tape, and a folded cloth. The tool handle shows one pale edge under the lamp. No hand lifts it. A short ledger rests at the corner with stock counts and repair notes written in narrow rows. No new line is added tonight. No page turns. From somewhere above, the theater fan slows for a moment and then settles back into its even turn. Not sharp, not long. The low hum returns under it. The lamp keeps its small circle. The room takes back its quiet. Near the inner post, a hook holds a canvas cap above a box of keys and sealed batteries. The brim hangs in a soft curve. No shoulder enters it. A pair of gloves waits on the lid beside a folded shop towel. The leather catches a thin line of light. No hand reaches there. At the far door, the frame leads toward a closet marked storage. The handle stays still. No one pulls it open. Beside the frame, a small clock face glows faintly above a pinned delivery slip. The hands sit near midnight. No one checks now. Along the floor, a grated drain runs toward the dark end of the room beside the sink wall. Watermarks show in pale streaks along the edge. No stream overfills there. A warning plate reads, "Employees only," in black letters on white plastic. The corners have gone dull. No second notice hangs below it. At the side recess, a cabinet of spare fittings stands beside a folded caution sign and a sealed tool case. White labels run down the drawer fronts. No drawer opens there. A key tag hangs from the case latch on a bent wire loop. The code has faded at one corner. No hand lifts it tonight. Near the north wall, 3 empty hooks hang beside a route map and a rolled canvas cover tied with twine. Their shadows rest in dark curves. No hook swings there. The canvas keeps its stiff shape in the cool air. A loose end hangs toward the floor. Nothing pulls it free tonight. Near the shelf edge, a folded rag rests beside a short iron wrench. The cloth keeps one dark grease mark near the center. No hand reaches tonight. No dust shifts along the shelf. No chain slips from the peg. Still. Back above, the upper booth keeps its pale lamp, quiet reels, and narrow window over the empty hall. The projection log stays open on the table. The screen keeps its blank glow below. One square, then dark seats, then one square again through the glass. At the back pane, dried dust still shows where older wind once pressed grit against the frame during storm season. No cloth wipes it clear. No worker passes there now. The supply room stays cool below the booth. The projection room stays watchful cinema. Morning has not reached the alley yet. Near the west shelf, stacked seat numbers rest beside a box of stubs and a tin of white paint. The black numerals face upward in small rows. No hand sorts through them. A folded poster tube leans in the corner with a tight band around its middle. The paper keeps its shape. No title is read there. At the sink counter, a cracked mug stands beside a brush, a bottle of cleaner, and two spare projector belts looped over a hook. The belts hang in dark ovals. No hand lifts them. A short note taped above the sink reads, "Check gate after last show," in block letters thin at the edges. The tape is yellowed. No one peels it free. Near the lower ladder, a coil of speaker wire rests in a milk crate with one loose end curling toward the floor. Dust sits on the top loop. Nothing shifts there. Beyond it, folded blackout cloths lie on the bottom shelf with their hems turned inward. The cloth stays heavy. No breeze reaches it. Below the booth, and beyond the last row of seats, the old auditorium keeps its wide, dark stillness under the screen, while the night settles around the cinema walls. No new sound rises there. No shadow crosses the aisle. At the back row, cool air gathers lightly near the curtain. The carpet shows faint shoe marks. No step goes there tonight. Beneath the projection window, the theater waits between red seats, narrow aisles, and wall lamps dimmed to a low amber line. A weak glow rests on the screen. Nothing begins across it. Near the side wall, a cleaning cart stands beside folded caution signs and a box of spare programs. The wheels point toward the exit. No one moves them. A row of seat numbers runs along the armrests in tiny brass circles, darkened by years of hands and dust. They catch almost no light. No finger traces them. Below the front seats, dropped wrappers and one bent straw rest near the floor vent and the first step to the aisle. Nothing rolls there. No draft carries them away. Through the small emergency pane, the alley behind the cinema shows one lamp, one fence line, and a strip of wet pavement by the back door. Light stretches once on the ground, then settles again. Farther off, the service road lies empty behind the neighboring shops and the silent loading dock. No car cuts through it. No door opens there. At the side rail, velvet curtains hang in long, dark folds on either side of the screen. Their hems rest just above the stage boards. No hand parts them. A speaker grill sits above the left curtain with its cloth dark and still. No test tone rises. No static breaks the room. Near the orchestra pit cover, a maintenance hatch lies flush with the front floor beneath the stage lip. Its brass slot catches one dull line. No key turns there. A row of dim bulbs follows the stage edge in a broken amber string. 3 remain lit. The others stay black. From somewhere high behind the room, One small relay clicks and then is gone. Not near, not sharp. The low vent sound returns under it. The aisle lamps keep their thin glow. The theater takes back its quiet. At the center aisle, the carpet runs from the back doors to the screen in a soft, dark band, broken by brass trim and shallow steps. Dust lies pale on the edges. No heel touches it. Two cup holders near the middle row keep the faint rings of old drinks along their rims. The stains stay dark. Nothing changes there. Along the right wall, framed posters show past showings, cracked dates, and faded faces under old glass. Corners have curled under the frames. No one smooths them down. Below them, a narrow ledge holds ticket stubs in a shallow bowl, beside a flashlight and a folded usher list. The list stays closed. No page opens there. At the front stage, the screen hangs pale and square, with one faint crease near the lower left side where the fabric dips. The mark stays small. No image fills it. A microphone stand waits at the stage edge with its cable looped near the base. The stem shines once in the aisle light. No hand lifts it tonight. From beyond the walls, the town gives back only one late truck on a far street, and then nothing more. The sound passes. The stillness closes again. The weak glow on the screen does not deepen. The side lamps do not change. The room remains itself. Near the rear doors, an exit bar rests under a red sign with one corner of paint worn thin. The letters hold in the dark. No latch moves there. Beside the doors, a fire extinguisher stands in its bracket above a black rubber base. Its pin stays set. No hand reaches there. Higher up, the ceiling arches over the seats in dark plaster lines, broken by vents and old decorative trim. Nothing shakes above. No dust falls. One screwhead near the center grill catches a brief glint and then fades again. The dark holds over it. The room stays calm. Nothing begins. Nothing ends. The auditorium keeps its late arrangement beneath the projection room, wide and waiting, while the pale screen holds its place and the old cinema sleeps around it. Near the back corner, a folded mop bucket sign leans against the wall beside a trash can with a clear liner half turned inward. The plastic stays still. No hand straightens it. At the lower pane, dried dust marks show where older wind once pressed grit against the glass during storm season. The pale trace stands against the alley beyond. No cloth wipes it away tonight. Near the left aisle, a program lies folded beneath one seat with its white edge toward the rail. No hand reaches for it. No page opens there. At the usher stand by the back wall, a small cash box rests beside a stub punch and two short pencils. The lid stays shut. Nothing is counted tonight. Near the curtain rope, a loop of cord hangs beside the wall with one dark tassel. It stays still. No hand draws it. broom rests behind the stage step under the screen. Dust lies along the handle. No one lifts it.